Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and boy, you're gonna love this one. Definitely hit the like now because you are gonna like it. And be prepared to leave a comment because I think you probably want to leave a comment too. While you're at it, hit subscribe if you haven't. But all is not well in paradise. It seems there may be a divorce coming through. There may be the breakup of a long, loving relationship. A political one, that is. It's a political divorce. Rachel Reeves is now starting to blame all the things that have gone wrong on Starmer. She has insisted that the Prime Minister shares the responsibility for decisions made about the budget, which critics warn will result in pensioners, low-wage people, low-wage workers paying income tax for the first time. Reeves told MPs, she was at the Treasury Select Committee, and she told MPs who were grilling her, although only questioning her, not actually grilling her, unfortunately, that the pair had worked together as a team, hand in hand, looking lovingly into each other's eyes. Late evenings, candlelit dinners, smooching. Not really. She's not his type. Anyway, basically she said that Keir Starmer had talked her through all the options and that it was his direction. While she was the Chancellor in name, of course, he was getting advice from Torsten Bell, and he was basically the driving force behind the budget. She was saying that it was not her decision to freeze income tax thresholds for a further 3 years. Now, the Institute of Fiscal Studies, the IFS, claims that decision to freeze personal assets between 2028 and 2031 will result in about 700,000 more people paying tax than ever did before. And 1 million more will drift into the higher tax rates. Now, this, she's saying, was all to do this all came from Keir Starmer, obviously driven by Torsten Bell. But we've said all along it was a Torsten Bell budget. But now it looks like it's a puppet budget. And Reeves is now throwing Starmer under the bus and saying, basically, everything that's gone wrong with this budget, it isn't me, it's Starmer. He's done it, it's him. It's number 10, not number 11. Please forgive me. I was only the one that stood up and read it. I wasn't the one that wrote it. She describes how she and Keir would have discussions and how he would tell her, and the decisions were made based on what the Prime Minister wanted. She said, the Prime Minister and I met 2 to 3 times a week during the whole budget process and the run-ups. It's not always the case between Chancellors and Prime Ministers, she said, but I recognise that. She said, but there was a very close partnership between the pair of them, between herself, she said, and the Prime Minister. And we decided as a team because that's what the Prime Minister and I am, or were at least. She denied that she froze the tax threshold. She denied, that the freezing of the tax thresholds was a manifesto breach. But I've got another video on that one, probably coming out tomorrow. So I'll keep that one separate. And then she denied that she was the leaker, which I've covered in a video, which I can't remember if it's gone out yet or if it's going out tomorrow. I don't know, later today. I'm sure I've done the video on this one. It's very confusing because I do so many videos and then I chop and change the order in which they go in. But she said that the budget had way too much speculation and that she regrets all the leaks, which is an interesting way of putting it. Now, previously, if a Chancellor had been Chancellor while leaks had occurred, that Chancellor would have resigned as a matter of honour. No honour, of course, in the Labour Party. She said there's a leak inquiry ongoing, but we all know that leak inquiries are only there to say that you've had an inquiry. They're not actually there to find the source of the leak, because we all know where it was leaked from. So, hey. But, yeah, it's very nice that all this terrible budget was really at the behest of Starmer. It wasn't Reeves. And she is coming out and saying it. Busted. Absolutely busted. So now Reeves has put out two of the highest tax-raising budgets ever, back to back. The OBR told us that there's not a single measure overall that had a positive growth impact. In fact, the OBR thinks the taxes are actually harming growth. And Reeves is trying to defend this. Defending the indefensible. But having failed to defend it through the merit of the budget, she's now defending it by saying, it wasn't me, Gov, it was Starmer. Interesting times. If those two are splitting up, how long has she got left? Not long. Maybe she knows. Maybe she knows she's going to be fired. Or maybe she knows she's going to resign. But she cannot remain in place if she is throwing the Prime Minister under the bus and saying it was him who did it. Watch this space. I'm sure this story is going to run and run. Thanks very much. Bye.